and gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. Hey, Sinenking, we've got problems as a country. I don't want to lie to you. We've got serious problems. What do I mean? I still got the baby mama. And the baby mama, they are baby mamas by married men. That's a problem. You're a baby mama by a married man, and not once, twice. Even once is bad. Baby mama by a married man. So now we're gonna do a reaction on this woman. We're just gonna play the audio, and then we're gonna do a reaction quickly. And then it's a bit of a long video, but obviously, as you know, that we'll chop it off. Kamnandi, mix masala nyanada. Chop 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we will then so that you can be able to listen to it. Yeah. Hey, the baby mama. Hey, by married man. Hey, gimatat already. Inking ale. Asingeni ndabi. Now.
I'm also known as Mrs. Law. Welcome to my podcast, and thank you so much for always stopping by. This is just a place where we have unconventional conversations, real conversations that are making even myself uncomfortable. But I truly believe we need to have these conversations. And today's guest is none other than Amanda Ndlangisa. She is a mom of 2. She is a YouTuber, a content creator. She calls herself the millennial mom. Welcome, madam.
Thank you for having me.
Welcome. Thank you for coming through. And I was actually still thinking that you are your baby daddy's worst nightmare. One thing about you, you are your baby daddy's worst nightmare. So you call yourself the millennial mom.
Yes.
Why the name?
A couple of years ago, when I wanted to get into content creation, I was just like, I don't want to be Mandy or my name.
Yeah.
And I tried to figure out what kind of mom I am, because I knew that my platform was going to be about motherhood. And I was just like, okay, I feel like I am the millennial mom. Most of us are actually in this generation.
100%. So
I was just like, then why not just coin it?
And call yourself the millennium. I love it, and it's so unique.
Thank you.
And let's go back to, I was about to say introduce yourself, but I guess people will get to know you as we are going. I just want to dive into when you were a child, right? How you grew up.
Yeah.
I know you from Durban.
Yes.
Tell me about you growing up, and I'm interested. I'll tell you why I'm interested in how you grew up.
So I grew up in a township in Durban called Inanda. Very poor, but we tried. I grew up in a matriarch family. It was my grandmother and my aunts and my mother. My dad, my mom and my dad are not married, so he would come, so he'd visit us. So we have a great relationship with him. I have a little sister. I grew up as the eldest, so always had to be responsible and taking care of everyone around me, especially my little sister. Yes, I guess I can say I've always been a mom.
Yeah, that's why I'm asking you about you growing up, because I understand that you took care of your little sister and you were little yourself.
Yes. We're only 6 years apart, so when I was 6, she was born. But unfortunately, because of circumstances, I had to play deputy parent.
Do you want to tell us about those circumstances?
As mentioned, we grew up poor, so my mom had to hustle a lot. So there will be times where she would leave to go work in my jardini, and she'd have to live at the person's house.
Yeah.
Like she was like a cleaner.
Okay.
So on those days, then the responsibility would fall on me. My grandmother was also a domestic worker. So, but the adults in the home were busy, all of them. So the responsibility would fall on me to take care of my little sister and make sure that we're on school on time, make sure that she's eating, make sure that basically she's got everything that she needs to survive.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Do you truly believe, I believe your upbringing, or how you grew up, or how you were when you were young, it literally have a way into your adulthood, right? And I'm saying that because my little sister, she's 21. She never really took care of any kids, but kids loved her, and she loved kids. She would always be minding kids. Kids would always be wanting her. And now she's 20 and she has a child now, So it's like she has always been a mother, and that's why now she is like a young mom.
Okay.
You know, so that's why I'm asking you is, do you think that you have always been a mother, and even now in your adulthood you're just a mother when you were still young as well?
Funny enough, for me it's the opposite. And after realizing that taking care of people is not for me, I'd never wanted to be a mother. And then I was just like, I do not want to do this. So when I left home, I made it a point to, after matric, leave home, because I felt like that's the only time I would get my childhood back and be away from everyone. And I left home, I got to Pretoria to go study, and I fell pregnant.
So the universe just...
Yeah, and I felt pregnant, just like that. Ne? That's not how you tell the story. And she left home, but the way I the way she says this story, and I felt pregnant.
Gotta go high, I'm tired. You know, the whole having to look after.
She was escaping.
Yeah, she was running away.
Yes.
Essentially from the burdens having to take care of her younger sister.
Yes.
You know what? I think her background, it's very telling of how she ended up.
Yes.
She had a great relationship with Tamala Haye, but the father and the mother never got married.
Okay.
And then she was raised by her mother and her grandmother, who were both domestic workers, and who both had to go out and work. So leaving her as, I think, the primary caretaker, Abasaliyo, for the child. Already in itself, it's dysfunction. It's a dysfunctional family situation.
That's true.
I mean, this even though the mother and the granny were alive, she had to be. So I think the only other question I think my question to this is the younger sister also the same father's child?
I wouldn't know, but but let's continue. Let's go on. So why do you want to know that?
Because then we go back and say, how does the mother have a child with the father? They don't get married, and then a couple of years later, 6 years later, still have another child happen in the poverty, in that circumstance. Understand?
Yeah, but it happens.
No, it does happen, Yona. But this. So now she's pregnant. Before we even get into her story, she's already got 2 children. She's already. We'll get into her story, but these are generational things that happen. But it's passed down. It's learned behavior. I get it's learned behavior. I mean, she's recreating exactly the same conditions that she grew up in. Fatherless household. Because she never grew up with a father.
All right. So okay.
Well,
she left. They had a great relationship.
But was he support? I mean, because her behavior is fatherless behavior.
But I don't go na manure. What is she saying? Anyway, she felt pregnant.
It was like a circle. You're just meant to be a mother.
Meant to be a mother.
Yeah.
You can't run away from it. Yeah.
100%.
No, you're not
and that's
meant to be a mother.
What I'm actually saying. You will not want to be a mother.
So she didn't want to be a mother because, I mean, just previously she just said that she didn't want to be a mother because
of what she grew up.
She went through. So she was exposed to taking care.
She wanted to reclaim her childhood.
Yes, that's what she was trying to do. Yeah. No, she wanted to reclaim her childhood, and then she ended up being pregnant, as she says. Now the host said, I guess the universe, universe to your own decision. That's a problem that I have. The universe, God, whatever. No, you made a decision.
Reclaim your childhood.
Because I guess the universe then wanted you to be a mother.
Even now the host, her sister's 20, and because her sister grew up raising every woman, purpose, destiny is to be a mother. Yeah. But responsibly so. Being pregnant at 20. Being pregnant at 20 is got nothing to do with it.
No, it has nothing. It's a decision that you took.
Irresponsible behavior being
especially from a woman that I do not know, but I would assume as well that her being from Natal and being Zulu, they go through these cultural things that are very important to be in Tombi, you know what I mean, and keep yourself. I don't know.
I think that's more rural KZN because locationing.
Wouldn't you?
She said that she's from a township.
Wouldn't also the people from that place as well be strict and be followers of these traditions to keep women pure?
This is
not
township,
pure, but that's not the right word.
Township life is more like city life, just at a different level, understand?
Okay.
As opposed to rural KZN where they actually practice culture. Not to say they go Moatswante, they don't practice, but it's township of it.
Okay.
It's a gimmicks masala and then it is what it is. Okay. So I wouldn't think that she would be strongly they would be strongly tied to traditional practice like that.
Okay. All right. As we move over to Tin Losses, let's just go back a little bit.
Mm-hmm. So we went to his home. My family came into his home. We did the whole Biggie Sisu thing. He never caused drama. He was very much, it's my child. It's just that personally, I'm not ready to be a father. But the mother, his mother,
be so controversial. People are going to be dragging me and stuff. What if you did not want to be a mother, right? At that point, when you found out that you were pregnant and you were like, I don't want to be a mother, and the guy...
So I grew up in a township in Durban called Inanda. I guess restarted.
How did you feel at that moment when you realized that you were pregnant?
I was so scared because I come from a strict family. And also I was the first person to go to varsity.
It's family.
So there was that thing that would fall on me. My grandmother is also a domestic worker.
Okay.
So but the adults in the home were busy, all of them. So the responsibility would fall on me to take care of my little sister and make sure that we're on school on time, make sure that she's eating, make sure that basically she's got everything that she needs to survive.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Do you truly believe, I believe your upbringing or how you grew up or how you were when you were young, it literally have a way into your adulthood, right? And I'm saying that because my little sister, she's 21, she never really took care of any kids, but kids loved her and she loved kids. She would always be minding kids would always be wanting her, and now she's 20 and she has a child now, so it's like she has always been a mother, and that's why now she is like a young mom.
Okay.
So that's why I'm asking you is, do you think that...
She's a young mom. I don't hear marriage.
And because she's a young mother, because she grew up children loving her. She grew up children loving her,
so I guess now she's a young mom. She's not giving us a context in terms of how the host, how her sister is
a mother at 20 years old,
and she's, I guess, because kids have always loved her, now she's a young mom. No.
A mother at 20 years old. What
not married
mother? Not married, definitely not a job, definitely no tertiary education. So she's just problems on top of problems, I wonder what the
something is wrong with this type of thinking.
I wonder what the host's background is like.
Yes.
But I think by the sounds of it, Luana, just going back to what I said about this lady or the guest.
The guest of the host.
These are generational things. Because this is learned behavior in the sense of not necessarily about root, but they're just emulating and recreating the environments within which they grew up. I wouldn't be surprised if they both from single parent households with no active father present. One is a two parent situation, but because already we know the host, to say that, to use it as a justification to
because what is she saying? She said that the host said that her younger sister has always had kids had always loved her, liked her, and then now she's a young mom, so she was meant to be. That's what she's trying to say.
Yeah, she is meant to be a mother, but married with a family, with a man, and you can afford it.
No wonder we've got so much. No, man. As abantu mnyama, no wonder we got so many problems, man. Hey, single motherhood is a pandemic. I don't want to lie to you. It's a serious pandemic. It's getting out of hand.
It's already out of hand.
You have always been a mother, and even now in your adulthood, you're just a mother when you were still young as well.
Funny enough, for me, it's the opposite. And after realizing that taking care of people is not for me, I'd never wanted to be a mother. And then I was just like, I do not want to do this. So when I left home, I made it a point to, after matric, leave home because I felt like that's the only time I will get my childhood back and be away from everyone. And I left home, I got to Pretoria to go study, and I fell pregnant.
So the universe
you just
it was like a circle. You were just meant to be a mother.
So the universe, host to our
So I made it a point in case to leave home, rent to Pretoria as far as I can from home.
Yes.
So that I could
I can reclaim my childhood.
So I work out reclaiming your childhood. I think she's talking about missing out on partying, doing what, partying, drinking. And then obviously the same aspect being sleeping around, sleeping with guys.
Sense.
Yeah.
It makes sense. So she wanted to play a little because she never got the time to play.
Well, that's what her circle of friends were doing, because reclaiming your childhood doesn't mean let's a party, especially like when you're a girl. That should be that should have been not been something that you felt as if you missed out on.
Yeah. So
township vibes.
Oh, township vibes. So she wanted to, obviously, and that, according to her, that's reclaiming her childhood, and then she fell pregnant.
Mshoza vibes. I'm saying Mshoza.
I can tell but Trabalo never. Bumshoza, whosoever. I don't know those people.
Yeah.
So anyway, so
product of an environment.
So anyway,
the mother, you can't run away from it.
100%, and that's what.
And another thing is that the host says that it shows that you were meant to be a mother. No, that doesn't show that you were meant to be a mother because you got pregnant. She took a decision to sleep with a man
without a condom.
Without a condom.
And then the repercussions of that.
Have a baby.
Yeah, bad decision making led to this.
That's it. I see so good button.
Shall we say you will not want to be a mother, but the universe will give you what?
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, that's crazy.
There is no such thing that where you were an active participant in it, the universe wanted you to have. Nuh-uh.
The universe didn't want anything.
You made a decision. I'm a universe.
God decided to bless me with a child. In my varsity, I know.
You had sex.
Without a condom.
Yeah.
And the direct result.
You don't even have to say without a condom. Yeah. You had sex. Period. Sounds good without a condom.
Well, with a condom, at least it would have been a situation already.
You don't need to explain good you had sex without a condom. You had sex. Sex. Unless you go to these fertility clinics, but they're expensive, apparently. So she wouldn't have gone there. So,
she fell pregnant.
She fell pregnant because she had sex. It had nothing to do with the universe. It had nothing to do with the universe. Hey, Batwana, hey, these people. I guess it's a good the universe. What?
So you became a mom.
I became a mom at 18. Yeah.
When was your first year? 18. How old were you?
It was actually my second year, so I finished matric quite early. I finished matric at 16. So then I started varsity.
You were focused hand.
I was a focused hand. And so I started varsity my first year. I met my baby daddy during my first year. Then we dated. Then beginning of my second year, funny enough, he's the one who said to me, I think you're pregnant. You might want to get a pregnancy test. And I wasn't really like, he was my first experience, so I didn't really know much. So I knew that he would know, and he was older than me. He is older than me. So he told me to get a pregnancy test, and I did. I got 6, and also 6 of them said positive. I mean, by the time I was on number 4, I was just like, is there a point?
Why am I wasting my student money?
There were 20 rand. I remember I spent 120 on 6 pregnancy tests.
She was in denial. She was in denial.
That's how my motherhood journey, I guess, restarted.
How did you feel at that moment when you realized that you were pregnant?
I was so scared because I come from a strict family.
Yeah.
And also I was the first person to go to varsity at home. So there was that thing that I didn't want to disappoint my family, like I wanted to show them that, we can do this, we can get out of it.
Yeah, but now, you see, she come from a strict family, so obviously they told her, my child, it's tough. It's tough. My daughter. Yeah, we are born a good. And there are others that listened. You know what I'm saying? There are those that listened. The problem of Gucci, now my view is that she wanted to reclaim her childhood. And her definition of reclaiming childhood was to part whatever, I don't know.
Okay, so she gets to university, she meets a guy.
And apparently she's older. I mean, this guy was very older.
Yeah, he was
far older.
Yeah.
And it doesn't sound like this guy is a student in that university. But anyway, I'm assuming, because we haven't gone to the rest of the whole thing, right? Whereby we know the details of the guy. But let's hear. I mean, my assumption is that this guy, is far older. Yeah.
I just want to make a note on, this guy was her first experience,
yes.
Which means maybe the guy that broke her virginity,
yes.
And her first relationship. This really begs to, the question that comes first to mind is sexual education, sex education. There is sex education in school, is there not? I mean, basic sex education already.
Today there is, yes, today more than today.
Even apart from that, to be able to engage in sex, you have to have some kind of understanding already. There's condoms and there's a use of condoms for this. There's contraception as a she's only 16 from school, I get. And then she matriculated at 16, so 2 years later, 17 was the first year, second year she's 18. So they were having sex with the expectation of what?
You're not. No, damn, my man. Listen, this woman now comes from a very strict family one, and if it is a strict family, hence I was asking that she comes from KZN, and if it's a strict family, it means that the strictness also as well probably could be from a religious perspective, we do not know, and traditional perspective. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The strictness comes from those, either both of those, or at least one of those.
I would lean more towards the religious, because it being at a traditional level, the grandmother, we don't know, but it's already a dysfunctional family situation.
Okay.
Yes, so I would think maybe from a religious, especially for the fact that at 16 she finished matric and she's the first out of all of them who are varsity. She was supposed to be, I think, the one who was supposed to break the cycle.
Yes. That was the expectation. That was the expectation, but unfortunately then
an important note, as much as maybe the mother used to have to go stay in where she was working. Parenting a child, raising a child is a full-time job, full-time guidance. So in so much as she may have disappointed the mother and the grandmother, she, I think, by the sounds of it, practically raised herself. In the sense that a lot of the years that she grew up under her younger sister, there was a lot of decisions that she had to make on her own, with no guidance. So it's as much as I do blame her for, not blame her, it is her decision. We must also be mindful of this is someone who possibly lacked a lot of guidance and direction while being raised. On Kalwan.
Yeah, I could say yes to some extent. I think no. My take is this. Listening to what she said, she comes from a strict family. Strictness means that every time when you hear that, you know that there is a bunch of instructions and things that you are not allowed to do. Keep it on the tight and the narrow. Because Mtana, if you mess up, then this whole thing falls apart. Your future. I mean, are we talking strict families? Do you get what I'm saying? So already from and for some of us that grew up under such families, already when you are given rules and whatever, that becomes your parent, meaning those instructions from good. I can't even have time for you. I always have to go to work and things like that, blah blah blah. ngihlala ngisebenza and things like that. So ngicela ukuthi ungilalele mntana. We are working hard so you can go to school, you can go to university, and so you can have a better life. You know, we come from families, Tina, especially my generation, that you know, they believe that giving somebody rules and everything, you know, it's enough. Most black families are like that. You know, the 80s, 70s, 80s families. You know, we are raised with sort of some sort of an iron fist, so to speak. So she would have, I mean, looking at her, she would have been raised from similar type of a family,
with the exception that her father was not present in her life.
But okay.
Having a father that visits you once a week or twice a week is not the same as living under a roof.
I agree.
I understand that. My time I'm free too. One of the things that make us important or make us a vital requirement in the raising of a child is that we are
disciplinarians.
100%. We set the boundaries. Mothers, as much as you know, I said Sheba, like when I was raised, just you know, when your mother sets the boundaries, she sets boundaries, but mothers are very soft. Children can push boundaries. Mothers tend to over coddle understand, overcompensate with the nurturing, whereas the timer draws the lines of boundaries. But if
you listen to her, strict family, the strictness comes from the grandmother and the mother.
Sure, but what are grandmothers? What are the repercussions? You understand? Our little timer, like most houses where a girl is raised or a boy is raised and they are as straight as an arrow, there was a very big influence of a father in the household at a full-time level. For the mere fact that she, throughout all those years growing up, she kind of felt as if she was losing out. And then the first opportunity she gets, she wants to get away from home. Yes, the mothers, Umakhulu could have told her, what's again? You see how we're living. Isimo is not right. But the moment I feel to the fun life, to having a boyfriend, showing that happy, there was no guidance, there was no man teaching her about boys. In this aspect, I say that I think one of the biggest contributors to how she eventually just ended up falling pregnant first time off is the fact that she had an absent father. The time chakang once or twice a week in Fiji is not enough. It's not enough. They had a great relationship. To what extent? A great relationship. But now, did he know what you were getting up to? Why didn't she go live with the father if they had such a great relationship? Her and the younger sister. While my only at the workplace. So fathers are very important, and in this case, the absence of a father has a big impact in how her life is played itself out.
That's how we can get out of the township, and the only way to do that is to go through school. And here I am, pregnant, and you know, when you grow up, you're told that, you know, before pregnant, life is over. So that's how I took it. But on the same breath, in hindsight, the reason why abortion never came to mind is because I didn't have the knowledge. So I was just like, oh, okay, I'm pregnant. There's nothing I can do about it. But I was not thrilled. I was very disappointed in myself. And it became even worse when my baby daddy's reaction was, I don't want this.
I was about to ask then because now he told you that you're pregnant. And when you told him that, yes.
I don't.
Again now, it's the gent in this scenario.
This guy.
He knows he's not ready to have a child, but they're having unprotected sex with no measures. With an
18-year-old. This is an older guy. We still don't know how old is this guy.
They're having sex with no measures in place to ensure no pregnancy happens. And so I blame
the guy.
I blame the guy. Because he should know better. And he found himself a virgin. If we someone was inexperienced in relationships and dating, and then he impregnates her, and then Wajigawesara is not ready for a child. He's irresponsible. He's irresponsible.
That guy.
He's irresponsible. Yeah, now she's too young for this. In
And obviously, I mean, he can see, this lady is Tomonyani, you know what I'm saying? Omonyani, and
no. So let's before we resume. Why the blame lies squarely on him is that he's older than her.
Number one,
and being the man, he should be the one guiding her. You understand? Okay, baby. Sazwana, we're gonna do this and this. I don't want to use a condom. So Melega, you need to go into contraception. Right? And then they go, or if they don't have that conversation, then he needs to take it upon himself to use a condom. That's the worst case scenario, but he has to take the responsibility of guiding this relationship because he's the leader. I get it. He's supposed to be the leader. She didn't know. Okay. She didn't know about termination. She was very disappointed with herself. So they're having sex. Yes, yet again, we can't take the blame away from her for the fact that she didn't know what would have happened. But in this case, they've engaged in sex for over a year, and then she falls pregnant.
And that is why people should get married before such things. Nah.
So that we're gonna.
Now my approach is that get married first before engaging. But anyway, hey, this is a sad story. No. Let's continue.
We are pregnant. Imagine 19-year-old Wumi. What did he say?
He said, "I'm not ready to be a father. You need to have an abortion, or I'm out." And I was just like, "Okay, be out." And I thought he was joking. Yeah. I said, "Be out then," and he's been out since. It's been 15, almost 16 years now, and he's been out.
This guy.
So, okay. Now I'm going to be a bit controversial, right? And I know you like.
Alright, Maskombi. In my opinion, yes, okay, her upbringing has a lot of influence with regards to how she ended up falling pregnant. The absence of the father. And but at this point, this has to lie with the gent.
Yeah.
This has to lie with the gent. And for the mere fact that he's faced with the fact that he impregnated her. And then Vesari is not ready for a child. You must have an abortion or I'm out. That's not masculine. That's not man behavior.
That's not man behavior. That's not masculine at all. This guy was
he ran away from his responsibility. It takes two to tango.
I ran away.
Yeah. Okay.
And such men ought not to be celebrated. Whatever.
In this particular circumstance, up until this point, as much as
he's a bad representation of what a man being. He's bad.
He's
whoever
not a
that
man.
guy. I know.
He's a grown man.
Yeah, he's a grown man.
Yeah, that's all he is. But he's a rubbish of a man. Quote me on that. He's a rubbish of a man. All right, that's correct. Knowingly inseminating her. Expecting
let's hear
conversations, right? So, what do you think about what do you think about men or even women, because sometimes it's a woman who does not want the child and the guys like keep the pregnancy, How do you feel, what do you think about men or women who do not want a pregnancy and they are forward to say, I'm not ready to be a mother? Maybe let me give an example with a mother, because I'm going to be so controversial. People are going to be dragging me and stuff. What if you did not want to be a mother, right? At that point, when you found out that you were pregnant and you were like, I don't want to be a mother. And the guy was like, I want you to be a mother, and you go ahead and do an abortion or whatever. What do you think about that? Like, when somebody genuinely says, I don't want to be a parent, and the other parent go forward with it. Yeah.
I'm two minds about it, because it's your body, your rules. So if you say you don't want to be a mother, you can do whatever it is that you want to do. But if you say you don't want to be a father, okay, there's not much if I want to be a mom. Yeah. But I do think that if you know that you don't want to be a father, or you know that you don't want to be a mom, then let's take precautions. not to play victim, but my baby daddy is almost 7 years older than me. So I do feel like I was 18, you were in your 20s. So you knew, then you should have done something about it if you didn't want to be a father that much. I'm 50. I am a huge believer of I'm pro-choice, your body, your rules. But I guess it does kind of seem unfair.
Yeah, it's like the men don't have a choice
you
because
don't have a
the pregnancy is with me.
Pregnancy is with me, but I guess you have a choice into wrapping it up or get a vasectomy if you know that you're sure.
But okay, your body, your rules.
I've got 2 matters on that. Nah. 2 matters on that. So
Anyway.
Yeah, okay, she blamed baby daddy, 7 years old, I should have known better. But you see, it goes...
So he would have been, what, 26?
At the time. Nah.
Correct?
25.
Okay.
Because I think she was...
19. She was 19 when she got pregnant. When she realized she's pregnant, she was 19. So...
18. She said she was 18. It was the second year she finished high school at 16.
No, she was 19. 19
okay.
At 19, yeah. So 19. So
all right. So he's 7 years old at 25. He knows. He's been sleeping with girls. Yeah.
All right.
Okay, so he should have known better. Yeah. But so, and he should have. I mean, the question.
Okay. So previously I assumed that because the lady made it a point to tell her that the guy was too old. So I assumed that he's far older. You know,
7 years is still a reasonable age gap.
Yes, but he's not that old to such an extent that we could consider him married. You know what I'm saying? So, still student, probably,
or just new at a job or whatever.
Yeah.
Now, what about this whole thing of the decision of whether or not to keep a child? These are not conversations and decisions that are made or questions that you ask each other when now the pregnancy has been announced. These are conversations that have to be discussed before you lay with each other. That is the most important thing for anyone who's watching this moving forward.
I've got a problem with abortion.
No, like any abortion. But the first point in here, we don't be having these conversations when the pregnancy has been announced or discovered or we're pregnant. And then now you both realize what's happening. I want a child, you don't want a child. Kappa, you want the child, I don't want the child. We know better, do better. I fell pregnant, and then he turns around and he says he's not ready to be a father. What were you expecting when you were engaging in unprotected sex with no contraception? Yabubedi. This whole, you know what's been the biggest contributor to this whole single mother pandemic is what is so called pro-choice. So when you have the option to terminate or not terminate, when you have the option for emergency contraception or no emergency contraception, when you have the option for morning after pills and whatever, what does it open the door to? Reckless sexual behavior. What's up, Botswana and Faith? Abortion is outlawed. I don't even think they give contraception in Botswana.
I bet and
they don't have this because everybody knows, Hori, the moment you fall pregnant, you're going to be stuck with a child.
No wonder that nation is so disciplined.
And the government doesn't subsidize or give them grants and do all that nonsense. You understand? So, pro-choice, as much as, look, there are certain circumstances where a woman, like a rape case or whatnot. Those are cases where we can look at it and say,
but that's 1 in a million.
Yeah. But have sex, abort. I mean, this is life we're talking about. This is life we're talking about. Look, I'm not going to sit here and act holier than thou. But now, as a grown man looking back, I would have acted differently. If I could speak to the younger me, I would have said, move different, move better. You understand now? But now that we do know, you understand now, we have to now say, look, the decisions that we're making at these young ages, the behavior that we're engaging in, you won't always come out unscathed. So therefore, you have to always move carefully, move with intention.
I'll go there.
That you don't want to be a father, yeah.
100%. And I think that's a whole conversation that as women we need to have, because when we are in a relationship, it's nice. When we have sex with this man, it's nice. Do you understand? And even when we have unprotected sex, we don't have a conversation of if we are pregnant, are we going to keep the kid or not. So I think also we need to also give men the right to say they don't want a child or they want a child, or let's have a fair conversation before we have unprotected sex. You know, I think that would also give us a 50-50 fair chance.
Definitely,
right?
The word before, actually get into it. Because after you are dead. You're dead.
Whether you like it or not. Anyway, so your daughter was born Alwande.
Yes.
What does Alwande mean?
Let it grow. So to Alwande Tando, so let the love grow. My mom named her that.
Okay.
Because I guess she still is my mother's child, because I gave birth. My mom sat me down and she said, you know what, because you're already in varsity, I will let you finish.
Oh, wow.
So I gave birth on a Monday, and the following Monday I had to go back to school to write exams. So my daughter has been my mother's child up until a couple of years ago when I decided, you know what, I need to be a mom now. So my mom named her Alwande, and funny enough, her paternal grandmother named her Umpile.
Also, the paternal came through.
Oh, yes.
Okay.
He's the only one who said he doesn't want this. And I was just like, okay. Okay. Yeah. And then months went by and I'm just like, okay, cool. I like people, you know, we have traditions, we have culture we need to follow.
Yeah.
I don't care if you want this child or not, but your family needs to know, and my family needs to know that So we went to his home. My family came into his home. We did the whole Biggie Sisu thing. He never caused drama. He was very much, it's my child. It's just that personally, I'm not ready to be a father. But the mother, his mother, was very accepting.
Yes.
She's got 3 sons, and I think that when she found out that I'm having a girl, she was like, finally, I can have a girl, you know.
No. Older, the mother. So that boy is from a single parent household. That's why he behaves like this. 0 masculine influence in his life.
Yeah, no wonder.
And then the mother's there to pick up
the
his slack. That's the problem, and that's why it happens like this.
Very supportive about my pregnancy. Even when I gave birth, they flew to Durban to come for my birth. She and her other 2 sons and the grandmother and the Alwande's great grandmother.
And the daddy did not come.
Never. He's never even met her.
Till this day.
She's 15.
He's out of line.
Whenever she's
out of line.
His firstborn?
Firstborn.
Yeah.
Whenever she goes to her paternal grandmother, he makes sure that he's not around. Like, he deliberately makes sure that he does not.
How do you feel about that?
It's heartbreaking. It's heartbreaking.
Other men in the family should have called him out.
And so Alwande has a relationship with his second-born. And
does Alwande have a relationship with the second-born?
With the second-born,
okay.
Yes.
How did they meet?
The grandmother facilitated that. And then the last born is with the wife, and obviously she's probably not trying to be involved.
Yeah, so the grandmother is now the boy's mother, is the one now who's taking it upon herself to do what the boy should have done. Even when she gave birth, they flew down with his brothers, his 2 brothers, to go welcome the newborn. Ona know he's got another child with another woman.
And then he's got a relationship with that
second child.
Yeah.
But this girl's child has got a relationship with the second born.
But not the father.
No, but not the father.
That
is dysfunction. It's upside down. Where are the men in this boy's family? The paternal, the great grandfather or something. Where are the uncles to call this boy into order? She should have named him. She should have named and shamed him, so we could have called him out by his full names.
So I guess she just maybe doesn't want her child to meet with mine. So it's heartbreaking because when when she knows that she's got two brothers, you know, but she only has a relationship, she only knows one and has a relationship with one, and knowing for me that you, as a father, you have an opportunity to actually just meet your child and be there for your child.
She's even old now. You don't need to speak to me. Speak to her. Go and fetch her wherever. Like, so, okay, so the second born is also from not his marriage, right?
No.
So then he's present in the second born's life, but he's not in. I would assume that now he's drunk in love in the marriage. Now he does not want to be, you know. But even the second born is present. It's present. It's not with the wife.
No. So he's got 3 kids with 3 women. It's me, the second born, and the last born. The last born is with the wife. He's present for the last 2.
Huh.
And
yo. You know, when we started this, I thought
I didn't expect this.
Yeah. I thought this was gonna be, maybe her story gets even worse, but geez, I thought this was gonna be a situation where
but now the question is, how did the wife get married to this guy?
How did the family even allow that?
So he's got
3 children, 3 different women.
The last woman,
but he's got a relationship with his second born. Why doesn't he have a relationship with his firstborn? What did the child do? And we can't justify. This anger is unjustifiable.
No, it's not. It's unjustifiable.
Because when she fell pregnant, it's not like she was trying to catch him. She didn't even know.
I know. The out.
Just not the first one. And for me, it's just always will never make sense to me how.
And there's one of your videos, and now that you say that, there's one of your videos where you speak about rejection.
Yeah.
You know, that you feel so rejected, and then now your kids are being rejected by this men, you know.
So both.
And Alwande, you said when you were in Devon 2 years ago, your child, Alwande, your firstborn, called the dad, and the dad was like, she asked the dad, when are they going to meet? And the dad was like, no, I'm busy parenting my other children.
My boys. His exact words were, I don't want to be your father because I'm busy parenting.
Whoa.
To a child.
To a 12-year-old.
Yeah, it's sad. You know what? I don't know if the current wife heard this or watched this, but I think the biggest thing is that for her to get with them, and any woman.
Do you know what it does?
Any woman to get any woman or any man to associate themselves with a person like that. You can't trust a man like that. You can't take anything that man says. This is someone that should be shunned for that kind of behavior, and that's cold. It's cold-hearted.
That's evil, man. That's wicked.
Ruthless.
I'm busy parenting my other.
By saying that to the child is destroying the child.
Yo, distraction. It's an understatement. It's an understatement. A girl child.
Yes.
Yo. We both have girls.
100%. Go to this Alwande, this poor child. She's going to grow up, and what's happening now is going to have devastating effects on her in future.
She's going to need God's miracle. That one.
She's going to
need she's going to need divine intervention to be healed. There's no amount of counseling that's going to help that girl.
And the mother, I think, in the interest of this child, in the best interest, in the interest of this child, the mother needs to stop trying to get this relationship off the ground. It's not going to happen. In the best interest of your child, you have to stop trying to make it happen. At 15, older, she's 15, 16.
But we will discuss. I think probably we will discuss our upbringing, and then you will also discuss your story in terms of, your dad relationship kind of a thing, and I will also go into it. But how important you look up to your dad.
Yeah. A girl's first love is her father. A father is supposed to be the blueprint to what a man is for a daughter. When a daughter thinks of, the kind of man I want to be like, the kind of man, the man that I want to end up with, the kind of man I want to marry, the father is more or less the blueprint. You understand that? He's the example. He's destroyed
Papa.
the child. And it's been 15 years.
Hey, I don't wish him well.
Yeah. It's ruthless and it's shameless behavior.
I know.
Wanona didn't ask to come into this world.
I pray,
treated like this.
God will do something that will bring that guy on his knees. But anyway, that's in his hand. But something must happen, man.
The brothers, because this guy's got 2 brothers. I think to salvage the situation.
I'm crying for justice for this young lady.
To salvage the situation, let's just hope the brothers, the uncles, the father's younger brothers are actively present in this child's life. Baba Holilbon, it's been 15 years. Understand since this child has been born. So even if they were 20, they're 35 at least. They have to be present. I hope for her sake, she had 2 uncles who were there and present for Yena and supported her
okay.
to fulfill that father role.
Understand about uncle, it does bring some sort of, maybe, it does probably put a bandage on the wound, but your father, man. It cannot be compared to your father saying Allah.
No, he's scum. He's scum. Scum.
Anyway, let's listen.
That's trash. About a man of trash. That man is trash.
That's like a stab in, like.
Yeah, he could have just blue ticked her. He could have blocked her.
This is
And I think for me, that's my chance, that you did not have to say that. You could have just blue ticked her. Honestly, you didn't have to say anything to her. And you could have said that to me. Because he had never said that to me. And I guess he never had an opportunity to say that to me.
Is it possible that maybe the daughter
the last time I spoke to him
used
was the time I told him I was pregnant. So
Are you serious?
Yeah. So
and
fast
then
forward
hence
12
he
years
answered
later,
that way.
she's starting to ask questions. So I was just like, I personally don't think that you need to have a relationship with this person. Then she went above me and went to her paternal grandmother. Then she gave him his number.
Yeah.
And when
To a child.
to a 12-year-old.
Oh, she was 12 when he told her.
Yeah.
That's devastating, though.
That's like a stab in, like.
Yeah. He could have just blue ticked her. He could have blocked her. And I think for me, that's my chance, that you did not have to say that. You could have just blue ticked her. Honestly, you didn't have to say anything to her. And you could have said that to me. Because he had never said that to me. And I guess he never had an opportunity to say that to me, because we never spoke. The last time I spoke to him was the time I told him I was pregnant. So
Are you serious?
Yeah. So fast forward 12 years later, she's starting to ask questions. So I was just like, I personally don't think that you need to have a relationship with this person. Then she went above me and went to her paternal grandmother. Then she gave him his number.
Yeah.
And she reached out to him behind my back, and obviously I find out now, because my child is breaking down in front of me because of what this man has said to her. And
I don't even understand how you can, if maybe he hates you, because it looks like he hates
He clearly does, yeah.
and everything that
Why
comes
does he
out
hate
of
you?
you, which is your child.
Yeah.
I do not. And he might say he hates you, but he's just a hateful person, because so many, it's 15 years later. There's no way you still have a ring. The very same. There is no way.
Absolutely no
There
way.
is no way. Whether you hate a person 15 years later.
There's
no way. You are a hateful person yourself.
He's an
Got
evil
nothing to
person.
do. He's an evil person.
They broke up after she told him she's
So
pregnant.
now your child is 15 now.
Yes, she's turning 15 in September next month. Yeah.
How does a conversation, how does the conversation with the other sibling go? Like, what are they talking about? Is she not just breaking up because now the conversation is obviously, I was with my dad?
Yeah.
And I'm sure she just wants to know about her dad. And
There was one time I dropped her off, and the brother was there. And he
dropped her off where?
At the grandmother's house.
Oh, okay.
And he said something like, "Oh, let's go to my dad's room," and you could see that she was just like You know, she doesn't talk much and she doesn't ask much, but you can see from her facial expressions that she's obviously hurt. Like, you know this person. He's both our dad, but he's more of your dad than mine, and he refuses to meet me. He refuses to talk to me or see me. So I know that it's definitely not easy for her. It's very, very hard to accept that. It's not that you can't be a father.
Yeah.
It's just that you don't want to be my father, because you can't. You're a good. Well, I don't know if he's a good father, but you're a present father to the other two. And your firstborn, your only girl, you just
The only girl.
yeah.
Actually, the only girl in the whole family.
In the
because even
entire
the mother
family, yes. In
only
the
has
entire
boys.
family, yeah.
Why do you think that's that? Maybe, you know, Nane, I would be asking questions. Why do you think that's that?
I don't know. I think that also Nami, the reason why I was able to get through so long without talking to him is because I just blocked everything.
Yeah.
I blocked everything, so I've never really had to ask myself questions. I've never had to sit and reflect. But lately, obviously now, because I have to answer to my daughter, I do kind of ask, and I just never could find an answer. Uti, how would you like hate and resent your own blood like this?
Yeah. Hate me. You should have a relationship with your child.
Yeah.
If you hate.
You know, big ups to this lady.
Yeah.
For the fact that, you know, she's been open to try and kind of wanna accommodate the child's questions without bashing this man. Because Liana, she's saying, I don't understand. You understand that? So big ups to her for not bashing this man as scum as he is, to the daughter. Because the child would wants to find out what's happened to my daddy, and don't watch. I don't know. I don't have answers for you. But Lena Magoko, the paternal grandmother, like, what kind of son is this? I know it's
I've never heard of something like this.
This is sad. This is
there are no words to explain the hurt that I'm feeling for a girl, for a young lady that I do not know, you know, and yeah.
Oh my gosh. Have you ever tried to speak to like the second baby mama?
No, me and her.
Hello, when you are the matriarch of the baby mamas, you're the first baby mama.
I'm the queen
You must
baby
go to
mama.
the wife and say, hey, I'm the queen baby mama.
I'll see you first. No, I've never had a reason to, because she was with him when I didn't care for him to have a relationship with Alwande.
Okay.
The only person I've ever tried reaching out to was the wife, because now you are with him and now I need him to have a relationship with this child. So the second one, no.
Can we go to the
really.
wife?
How did the conversation go with the wife? With Promise, how did it go?
Oh, Mrs. Law.
Your Mrs. Law.
Don't take a sip of that.
Oh my
Shooting
gosh.
another wife.
So what happened was,
Just
the
as
year
out.
before my daughter reached out to him, I reached out to him. We have a lot of mutual friends, so I just asked one of them to give me his number. I reached out to him and I was just like, listen, we need to meet. And because my child is older, just asking questions. So we met up for lunch, and he then told me that, I think it was in May when we met.
You and the wife?
No, me and the baby daddy first. He told me that it was in May. He tells me that I must give him until September, which is Alwande's birthday. I'm like, and then he's like, I'll reach out. I'm like, why should I give you? You've had 11, 12 years. Why do you need another couple of months? He's like, no, I'm married and my wife doesn't know that I have a child.
Yeah, no wonder.
Useless.
Okay.
A child you made.
You made.
Boma Goka
Way
before
you even knew you were going to meet her. It's not like you cheated on her.
I have no
Why
words.
would you hide a whole
Human.
child? I was like, okay, cool. Do what you need to do. Whatever. September comes, he doesn't get back to me, doesn't reach out to me, so I'm just like, okay, cool, whatever. Then the following year, Alwande then reaches out and he tells her that he doesn't want to be her father.
I have to say this.
It's like, whatever. Then when she starts...
I have to call out that boy's mother.
Yeah.
We have to call her out.
Yeah. How do you allow marriage to
happen with this kind of deceit? Good, the mother Lena is supportive of this behavior
of
indirectly.
this nonsense? And this is all to you, the deadbeat fathers, ne? Hey, please take care of your kids, man, or be there for your child, or whatever you gotta do. Don't deny don't deny. You know very well, Hori. You. I mean, if you are doubting, do a DNA test and take responsibility, man.
I'm still on the mother, the boy's mother. They have enabled this boy to continue this behavior through into his 30s, 40s, perhaps. Why I say they've allowed this to continue. For the mere fact that they were all prepared to keep this a secret from Makoti.
Hey, man.
This boy said, listen, I don't want to have a child. I'm not ready to be a father. If you don't have an abortion, I'm out. He said that fully knowing that he could get away with it. Imagine if you had to say that to a woman, with your parents. Like, now there's no way I would have been able to get away with something like that.
Alin, there is no way.
Nama only the one would have called me to order.
My dad.
Kappa, okay, let's just say they know I've got a child.
I can see my dad already. Yeah.
They know that you've got a child, and then over to Nyalomo. Not the first thing, then the next thing would be Umujuri to Nanwan. Nyala.
No, my dad. Yeah. Timer. He wouldn't have allowed that. Let's continue.
They've enabled him. His firstborn, the mother coddled him over beyond repair.
High school last year.
Yeah.
Then the bills, the invoices are coming. I'm just like, oh, you've had a break for 13 years, too long. It's time that you start helping out. So in 2021, when I was applying for school, I knew how much the school fees was. So I started sending him things like that. But you're gonna need to start paying maintenance. I've left you alone for this long.
Yeah.
He lies to me, tells me he was retrenched during COVID, or he just had a story after story after story. Then this other friend of mine was just like, who knows the wife, was just like, I think you just need to go straight to the wife, because his excuse is, I can't be a father because my wife doesn't know.
And the way they lie,
I'll make it easy for you, girl.
I'll go there.
I'll tell her myself. I'll tell her.
Yes.
So I reached out to her on Facebook. I find her, reached out to her on Facebook. I sent her a text. She's a very respectful text. Like, I'm sorry if you didn't know and this is how you're finding out, but your husband has made you the scapegoat. And if it is true, can we figure it out? My daughter needs her dad, and can me and you figure something out? You can see when someone has read your message, she read my messages, and she kept quiet. And
of course, she kept quiet. She's in shock.
I'm scared if somebody would reach out like that.
She's in shock. She will keep quiet.
Where are you? Can we meet? Let's sit down and now. Let me come.
I will leave the office and come. You're telling me my husband has a 13, 14-year-old?
He did not tell me about.
First.
I will meet you.
The response won't be immediate.
No, she read the messages and she kept quiet.
She knew about the child. This guy was actually lying.
He was lying.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna blame how the wife responded, because hearing this, that your husband has got a child, even before you guys got married, and she kept quiet. She read the message, she kept quiet. Number one, it's on social media, right? You are thinking many things, right? No, man, this cannot be, maybe my husband, you think a lot of things. You understand what I'm saying? So you sort of obviously want to confirm that. You can't just respond. Sure. And I'm glad that she didn't respond, because other women would have said, and then cast words from there. But she kept quiet, and obviously I think her response makes sense. The response of the wife makes sense. I don't know then further than that.
In the immediate.
Yeah, in the immediate,
sense,
yeah.
Let's hear how far does this go? Because I think it gets deeper.
Yeah, okay.
Then me, one day on Twitter last year, decide, I'm tired of this. I'm tired of protecting him. I'm tired. It was when he sent a message saying that, basically his words were, if I help you out with school fees, then it means I'm shortchanging my boys. I was just like, what?
If I help you
and
what's
boys.
All right. So I guess that settles it. The wife read it, blue ticked it, and never went back into it. Oh, She never responded. Now, that in itself is very telling of the quality of woman that man is married to.
but what can she say? She must address the matter with the husband.
Yes, and then hold him to account.
But how? Umusadi.
No, Fetu, Mamela. We can't allow it to. If anything, then she needs to be the one who bridges all of this. That's what. No.
My man. No, wait. Kimsad. Hear me out.
Yeah, okay.
Baby, you go and deal with this. I didn't know this. I'm not gonna be part of this. That's the wife now.
Yeah.
As a man, lead the way.
All right.
You handle this. I'm not getting involved in this. It's your mess. And why didn't you tell me? You know what I mean? I mean, it's a shock to her. I'm speaking for the wife.
Yes, sure.
Sure. So she can't bridge a gap, whatever. No, it has nothing to do with her. Let the husband deal with this thing.
Maskum.
Her responsibility is to protect La Palahai and Libanabahai. She can't be. No, Nam Sadwana Nakimu blame. Agimu blame. Think about it.
So let's talk about let's talk about. Let me ask you: when you get together with a woman,
yeah,
right? When you get together and you get married, there's a certain degree of accountability we'll have to hold each other to. Nah, it doesn't mean when you're the man, nah, and you make the wrong decision, right? Your wife can't call you out for that wrong decision.
Okay.
We're talking now just as moral, sober people, adults. Nah, the husband will correct you. When the husband makes a move which is in the wrong direction, the wife has to call him into it. That is right.
Okay.
Now, in this situation, your man, number one, lied to you.
Okay.
Kept this away from you.
Yeah.
Now he's got a child.
Yeah.
That's already deceit.
And that makes you a victim as the one who's
After this deceit.
Yes.
Nah.
Let's start there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Secondly,
So as the wife is a victim as well.
Yeah, sure.
Okay,
sure.
sure.
And what's thinking? I understand the shock. It's well within it. But now this situation has to be corrected, because it seems like everybody here is because her inaction means she's complicit in this child not having her own father present in her life.
No.
Of not calling them to account in fact.
Okay.
Because the mother already has enabled it to this point. Makoti or Anyala got into a marriage thinking that she's probably, I don't know, did Makoti know about the second child? Or did Makoti think that her child was the first child?
We don't know those details. I mean, obviously.
What this results in is the perpetuation. I don't know if it's such a word, or the continuation, or the enabling environment for this to continue. Think about what your mother would have done.
My mother wouldn't have done anything. My dad was the boss.
Yeah, okay.
No, but what I'm saying is that coming from a family where my dad was the heat,
Yeah.
you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
My mother wouldn't have done anything. You get what I'm saying? So
even now speaking to
he would have.
Speak to the maternal. What's thinking, mommy? And I'm saying your mom speaking to now your father's mother. Or what's thinking? Outside, and the mother's reached out to me. So, bro, the point I'm trying to make here is that this wife, by not trying some way. This is a situation.
No, it's not a place. It's not a place. I still say it's not a place. It all falls on the head of that family, which is this guy. Unfortunately, the guy is a bum.
Yeah, nah.
So. No. Point blank.
He's a bum.
Yeah.
No, but.
So, the wife is a victim, and we will not. As a matter of fact, the way she's handling it, obviously, she raised the issue. I mean, she's a victim. I get this.
Sure, like she got duped.
A messenger, what's going on? Yeah. Is this true? And honestly, the guy probably confessed. Yeah, it's true, blah. You know, then the next question would be, when did this happen? Because you never told me when we got married.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So
how can you as a mother?
Other things will say that. So come on, it's based on a lie. I don't know. Who are you actually? Are there any other more children that out there? You know, those things come up now. Hi baby, whatever the guy said.
All right.
Be the so the woman said, "Bonane, James. Let's call this guy James. It's not James. James, you handle it. It's your mess. I did not deceive you. I didn't do abortion. Whatever. You know what I mean? You found me sharp, you know, and then all the children that I have, keep on about. So handle it. And then I don't want that girl here. And she's got a right to say that. If you're gonna meet her, but not here. I'm sorry. I'm protecting what's mine. She's got a right to say that.
No, sure.
That's the truth. The guy.
No. I agree. I agree with you.
Yeah.
But what this then perpetuates is dysfunction across the board.
But it's not her fault.
Now we're talking to correct.
It's not her fault. Then
it's not her fault.
It's not, and she's not in the wrong. But now I'm saying then it will take a much bigger woman or much bigger person, and which takes a lot of effort to say, Bonane, I think you need to make amends. Whatever. But it's
the responsible thing to do. A girl child.
Yeah, that's and
so
also
anyone who can do that.
Yes. But also speaking from a point of view, I'm a woman, and thinking for the sake of that young girl, Olumore you never spoke anything about. You know what I'm saying? That takes a bit of a bigger, yeah.
Okay, Emma, so when we talk about generational curses, we're talking about certain wrong behavior that's
perpetuating wrong behavior.
Yeah, that's embedded.
Yes.
Now, anyone who breaks a generational curse always has to be the bigger person, irrespective of whatever background you come from. Now, when I'm talking like this, we're looking at the situation from outside.
Yes.
And we're saying that this is it's super devastating because this Alwanda girl is going to grow up to most likely do the same things. You understand? A fall pregnant, daddy issues, looking for a man's love, and understand to be wrong. Now we're talking about breaking these generational curses.
Yes, sir.
We're talking about the her sons, the married Makoti Onano and this husband. What do you think the sons are getting from all of this? See, they've got two boys observing and witnessing this kind of behavior. They will go on to perpetuate whether she likes it or not, because my daddy did it. So when I say this is very telling of the wife, but how can the wife then sit back and say, I'm protecting mine? Because this is a family thing. It's going to impact her children whether she likes it or not. Because they're looking up to the father for this example. So she.
I hear your point.
So she. What's unfair to? Now I speak like this because my mother's like that.
No.
Now my mother, just not to say the mother who keeps quiet is wrong, but now we're talking about breaking generational curses.
No.
And I also do to share about what was again. Now my husband is behaving like this. I've told him, if anything, she then needs to talk to the sons. You understand? And say what's again that all I mean, when this child is visiting, the questions are being asked. Then they have to have a conversation. What's again Banabak? Your father, you got a sister. Your father doesn't want to have anything to do with it. Why? I don't know. But now, as your mother, I want to tell you that that's not right behavior. Look, I think this is a story that I had a father who loved the streets. you know.
But before we go, let's go. We'll tackle it on some other point. Let's listen to this before we go there.
So I took a screenshot. I didn't hide his name. I didn't hide his surname, and also he doesn't have a popular name and surname. Like if you put those two together, it's him. I trended for a week. I got dragged.
What did you say on Twitter?
I just said, Uti, this is the person I made a baby with. I've never reached out to him. It was just a story. Uti, I've never reached out to him. I'm reaching out to him the first time today, and this is what he said. So obviously people were mad. People are like, how dare he talk about a child like this? Other people were like, now why are you putting your child in a school that you can't afford? So it was a big thing, and it trended. That's when the wife then picked up the phone.
Ooh.
I was just like, oh, babe, now you're just picking up the phone to protect your husband. It's too late now, unfortunately. She picked up the phone. She called me, basically trying to tell me to take my tweet down, you know, then trying to make it seem as if one day Alwanda's going to see this tweet and she's not going to be happy. I was just like, girl, don't worry about my daughter.
She already lived without this man.
Don't worry about it. And then she was just like, well, do whatever you need to do. And I said, I'm taking him to court. She was just like, well, my husband doesn't have any money. If you take him to court, you're on your own. I said, let the court decide. And the court decided.
Sure.
We've never had a conversation since.
Ever since. Everything is being done through the court.
Everything was done through the court. We literally went through the court process, and it was the best thing I've ever done, because it eliminates a lot of drama, it eliminates a lot of conversations that don't need to be had, especially with people who obviously don't care to have those conversations.
100%. I think the maintenance will speak about it at the end, right? And so now life continues with your first child, and then you have your...
Look, I think, I think she's going to close the chapter.
Yes.
15. She should have done this earlier. The only reason why I would support her going to the court to force a man to partake in the upbringing and contribute is because when she fell pregnant, she didn't know any better. She was young. She had been taken advantage of. And when she comes out that she's pregnant, it would be one thing if, from day one, listen, I'm not ready for a child. I don't want to have a child. And then Lena watch, no, I also don't have a child. And then they act, and they it's not like he got trapped. He willingly slept with her, willingly inseminated her, and then when the child came, and then he was deadbeat. So for that, I commend her.
And
for
it's
going
always
to the
these deadbeat ones, but sharp.
Well, we don't know. Because now
I think she's gonna go into another point,
another relationship.
So we're gonna cap it for now, for today. On this one, you know what I'm saying? But I don't blame how the wife, as I said, reacted. She's a victim also in this matter. She was trying to protect her family. I mean, finding out so many years later that the man that you thought that you're building a life with has got children or a child that not in an immediate immediate situation, but that child has been there for some time. You know what I'm saying? And that happened before you guys got married, and now you're bound to this guy. I mean, it sort of brings a whole lot of you want to be protective of that. You know what I'm saying? So I don't blame her, but as you said, that breaking the generational thing, she should have. For
the mere fact that she's reaching out after the tweet, why didn't he? Because who's being defamed here? It's him, not her. Why is she protecting him? Why is she reaching out and telling her to take down the tweet and speaking on his behalf? Which means it's telling him the kind of person she is.
So the tweet also affects her family. You know what I'm saying?
No, but out of his, they called him out, and then she's coming out fighting for him. That's why she must stay out of it. Then she should have stayed out of it. But for the mere fact that she's trying to defend him and his behavior, it's telling Kapilua high.
I guess you got a point.
The karma of this is that the very same boys that they're raising are going to grow up to be
exactly
weak,
like that,
beta, rubbish men, the same as their father. The apple doesn't fall far from the tree.
Hey. For this guy,
I ain't got to see
I've got nothing much more to say.
It got the emotions running.
No, the only thing I'm gonna say, Nina, who've got kids, and you know very well you got kids. Go. in society. You are bringing problems. You guys have children, and the people that you slept with, you guys got kids, and you are denying these kids, and you are causing problems, dysfunctional people in society. That you are causing problems. You need to break these generational curses, and you need to go and try and establish contact. Those that have denied these children.
Fathers need to be present in the children's lives, and then mothers also need to call out their sons on their bad behavior. That maternal grandmother has enabled this boy to do all this nonsense that he's done. I think the blame falls squarely on her, actually, after all these years. How do you justify it? How about Dutsi Kotafuleng, Koko, and then the granny's talking, but yeah.
Anyway, hope you I don't say enjoy it. I hope you learned something. I hope something positive. You took something positive out of this. But hey, yeah, this reaction, I think it's one of the painful ones. You know,
I never expected
this. I never expected this.
I was expecting a woman, bad behavior, but in part two of the interview, or how the story unfolds. But
how the story unfolds and all of that. But
in this case, it's a shame.
Yeah, it's a shame. It's a shame. Anyway, guys, thank you very much, and please subscribe to the channel and share the channel, and comment on this topic, and we'll comment back. You know what I'm saying? So much appreciated. Hope you have a wonderful day, night, whatever time of day you're watching this. Okay, peace out.